Get ready because the tech world is absolutely buzzing, and we've got the inside scoop on the updates you need to know. The pace of innovation is relentless, and if you blink, you might just miss the next big thing. We're diving deep into the stories that are making waves, shaping the future, and igniting conversations across the globe. From groundbreaking financial moves in the crypto space to massive shifts in how we interact with our smart devices, this is your essential download. You're about to get the unmissable updates that everyone will be talking about. Stick around because you don't want to miss a second of this. First up, the legendary Winklevoss twins are making major moves in the financial world, preparing their crypto exchange for a massive public debut. We'll break down every detail of their ambitious IPO plans and what it means for the future of digital finance. Then, we're shifting gears to a massive overhaul happening in our homes, as a familiar digital assistant is being completely replaced. We've got all the juicy details on what this means for your smart devices and your daily routines. The future is here, and it's moving fast. Make sure you're subscribed and the notification bell is on so you never miss an update. Let's get into it. Gemini aims high with a $2.2 billion IPO valuation. Gemini, the cryptocurrency exchange co-founded by the renowned Winklevoss twins, is making a significant play for the public market, seeking to raise up to $317 million in its upcoming initial public offering, IPO. This ambitious move targets a company valuation of $2.2 billion, signaling a bold bet on the continued mainstream adoption and acceptance of digital assets. The twins, Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss, have navigated a complex path since their early days, famously involved in the founding of Facebook and later becoming early Bitcoin billionaires. Their venture, Gemini, launched in 2014, has since become a prominent player in the cryptocurrency exchange landscape, though not without facing regulatory scrutiny. Earlier this year, Gemini settled with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission for $5 million over allegations of making false or misleading statements, a situation that has since been resolved with the Securities and Exchange Commission recommending no enforcement action, a development celebrated by the company as a positive step for the broader crypto industry. Gemini's decision to go public follows a trend of increasing institutional interest in the crypto sector, with companies like Circle also successfully navigating their IPOs. This IPO is particularly notable as Gemini, operating under the corporate name Gemini Space Station, Inc., plans to list on the Nasdaq Global Select Market under the ticker symbol GEMI. The offering involves 16.67 million shares of Class A common stock, with prices anticipated to be between $17 and $19 per share. Underwriters also have an option to purchase an additional 2.5 million shares to manage overallotments, potentially boosting the total proceeds. The company intends to utilize the net proceeds for general corporate purposes, which include investing in product development, covering administrative expenses, funding capital expenditures, and importantly, repaying outstanding debt. Despite the optimistic valuation and fundraising goals, Gemini's financial performance presents a mixed picture. For the first 6 months of 2025, the exchange reported a net loss of $282.5 million against total revenues of $68.6 million. This marks a significant increase in losses compared to the same period in the previous year, when it incurred a net loss of $41.4 million on $74.3 million in revenue. These figures highlight the substantial investment and growth phase Gemini is currently in, even as it seeks to establish a stable revenue stream and profitability. The company's financial disclosures, made as an emerging growth company, will allow for reduced reporting requirements, a strategic move within the current regulatory environment. Industry analysts and the public will be closely watching Gemini's performance post-IPO, viewing it as a critical barometer for investor confidence in the crypto market's trajectory and its ability to integrate with traditional financial systems. The success of this IPO could pave the way for further mainstream acceptance of digital assets and the companies that facilitate their trading. This is just the beginning of the Gemini story. Next, we're diving into a major shift happening right in your living room as a familiar digital assistant prepares for a complete takeover. Google's Gemini takes over. Assistant replaced October 1st. Google is set to phase out its long-standing Google Assistant on all Google Home devices, ushering in a new era with the integration of its advanced AI model, Gemini. The official rollout is scheduled for October 1, 2025, marking a significant transformation in how users interact with their smart home ecosystems. This transition was initially announced during Google I/O in May, promising a more intuitive and seamless experience for users. The integration of Gemini is expected to bring about more natural, free-flowing conversations, moving beyond the often rigid command structures of traditional voice assistants. Early insights suggest that Gemini will possess the capability to analyze user behavior and device performance within the Google Home environment, enabling more sophisticated automation and personalized experiences. Furthermore, setting up and managing devices is anticipated to become even simpler, with users able to configure their smart home setups through straightforward voice commands. The move to replace Google Assistant entirely with Gemini is seen by many as a positive step, especially given user feedback regarding the limitations and occasional unreliability of the current assistant. Gemini's enhanced conversational abilities and its capacity to understand more complex queries are expected to offer users a greater degree of control and a more futuristic interaction model. However, details surrounding a potential paid version of Gemini remain somewhat unclear. While Google has indicated plans for a premium offering, the specific features that will be locked behind a paywall have not yet been fully disclosed. This lack of clarity could be a point of concern for some users, particularly those who have experienced performance issues with Google's AI services in the past and are hesitant about further investment. Despite these uncertainties, the anticipation for Gemini's capabilities on Google Home devices is palpable. The platform's ability to deliver on its promise of more intelligent automation and natural language interaction will be crucial. Early adopters and tech enthusiasts will be keen to test Gemini's performance on popular devices like Google Nest speakers and Google Smart displays. The success of this integration could redefine the smart home experience and set a new benchmark for AI-powered home assistants. For users who have felt let down by Google Assistant's performance, this represents a potential redemption, offering a glimpse into a more capable and integrated future for smart home technology. The industry will be watching closely to see if Gemini can indeed fulfill the promise of a truly intelligent and responsive home assistant. Will this new AI unlock a smarter home for everyone? Our next story dives into the financial world again, as the Winklevoss Twins Gemini exchange prepares for its IPO, and we're asking, is Gem stock a buy? Winklevoss Twins Gemini IPO, analyzing the Gem stock investment potential. The upcoming initial public offering, IPO of Gemini, the cryptocurrency exchange founded by the influential Winklevoss twins, is poised to be a significant event in the digital asset market. As Gemini prepares to list on the Nasdaq under the ticker symbol, GEMI, its S-1 filing provides crucial insights into its financial health, market position, and future prospects. The company aims to raise $317 million, with a valuation set at $2.2 billion, a notable decrease from its previous $7.1 billion valuation. This recalibration suggests a more cautious approach in the current market climate, balancing ambition with realism. Gemini's S-1 filing reveals that the exchange holds over $18 billion in customer assets under custody and has served more than 1.5 million customers throughout its operational history. Financially, the first 6 months of the current year show revenues of $68.6 million, a slight dip from the $74.2 million recorded in the corresponding period last year. This revenue performance positions Gemini as a smaller player compared to industry giants like Coinbase and Bullish. Furthermore, the company's net loss has widened considerably, jumping to over $282 million in the first half of the year, a stark contrast to the $41.2 million loss reported in the same period last year. This figure also surpasses the $158 million net loss recorded for the entire financial year of 2024, indicating increased operational costs or investment in growth. Interestingly, Gemini's revenue has declined even as its user base and trading volumes have expanded. Monthly transacting users have risen to 523,000, and trading volume has seen a healthy increase from $16.6 billion to $24.8 billion. This divergence suggests that while more users are engaging with the platform, the revenue generated per user or per transaction may be decreasing, or that growth is being heavily reinvested. The recent successes of crypto IPOs, such as Circle's near doubling in stock price on its first day and Bullish's double-digit jump, indicate a strong investor appetite for companies in the digital asset space. This positive sentiment could bode well for Gem stock, particularly given the Winklevoss twins' prominent profile. However, several challenges could impact Gemini's long-term stock performance. A primary concern is the company's business model, which heavily relies on transaction fees, offering limited recurring revenue streams. This makes Gemini's profitability intrinsically linked to the volatile cycles of the cryptocurrency market. In contrast, competitors like Coinbase have diversified their revenue through services such as stablecoin offerings, blockchain technology development base, crypto custody, and subscription models, creating more stable income sources. Another significant hurdle for Gemini is its market share. It operates in an industry dominated by major exchanges like Binance, Bybit, and OKX, and has historically offered a more limited selection of cryptocurrencies, potentially hindering its ability to capture a larger market share. Finally, the substantial losses the company is currently incurring present significant dilution risks for existing and new shareholders as capital is raised to cover operational shortfalls. Can Gemini overcome these hurdles and thrive in the public eye? Stay tuned as we break down the final major tech shift of the day, focusing on a new AI assistant poised to change your smart home experience. Google Assistant sunset. Gemini arrives on home devices October 1st. Google is officially retiring Google Assistant on its smart home devices, replacing it with the more advanced AI model, Gemini, starting October 1, 2025. This significant update, announced via a post on X, signals Google's commitment to integrating its cutting-edge AI capabilities across its product ecosystem. Users can sign up for updates to be notified the moment Gemini becomes available on their devices. The initial announcement of Gemini integration occurred at Google I/O earlier this year, where the company highlighted Gemini's potential to create a more fluid and natural conversational experience for users interacting with their Google Nest devices. This move is expected to enhance user interaction significantly, moving beyond the limitations of the current Google Assistant. Gemini's integration promises a suite of new features designed to elevate the smart home experience. The AI is reportedly capable of analyzing device performance and user habits within the Google Home ecosystem to offer improved automation and personalized settings. This could mean more proactive suggestions, smarter routines, and a deeper understanding of user needs. Additionally, the setup process for new devices or the reconfiguration of existing ones is expected to be streamlined, allowing users to manage their smart home simply through voice commands. This advancement aims to make smart home technology more accessible and user-friendly, even for those less familiar with complex configurations. While the transition to Gemini is anticipated to be a positive upgrade for many, especially considering past criticisms of Google Assistant's performance, there are still unanswered questions. Google has plans for a paid version of Gemini, but the specifics regarding which features will be exclusive to this premium tier remain undisclosed. This lack of transparency could be a point of contention for users, particularly those who have been disappointed with the value proposition of Google's AI services in the past. The company's acknowledgement of Assistant's shortcomings and the subsequent apology for its lackluster performance underscore the high expectations for Gemini. The full capabilities of Gemini will soon be put to the test on popular devices such as Google Home speakers and Google Smart displays. The success of this integration is crucial for Google, as it seeks to solidify its position in the competitive AI and smart home market. Early reports and user excitement suggest a strong demand for a more intelligent and capable AI assistant. However, for users who have grown accustomed to the limitations of Google Assistant, the transition might be met with a degree of skepticism. Whether Gemini can truly deliver on its promise of a seamless, intelligent, and helpful smart home experience will be determined in the coming months. This AI revolution is changing our homes, but what about our investments? We'll wrap up with a quick look back at the biggest stories and what they mean for you. And that's a wrap on today's Essential Tech Updates. We saw the Winklevoss twins aiming for a $2.2 billion valuation with the Gemini IPO, signaling a major move for crypto on Wall Street. Then, Google's Assistant is officially out, with Gemini taking over Google Home devices starting October 1st, promising a smarter home experience. Don't forget to smash that like button if you found this info valuable, subscribe for more deep dives into the future of tech, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Follow us on all our social channels for more exclusive content and join the conversation. We'll see you in the next one.